Hello, everyone. It's me, Lancer737, and today we're going to be doing something really special. Someone wanted me to do a versus debate video, and that's what we're going to be doing right now. To have some context to it, I saw someone made some fan art of Mickey versus Nightmare Moon, which led to this video, and it led me down a road of feats for Mickey I never knew that he had. Second most powerful one. Let's say the second most powerful one, and all the weaker ones. They stand no chance. If they're fighting Nightmare Moon, and if they're fighting any of the other powerful Alicorn characters, or the main six, or the legendary six, probably not the young main six. And the newer main six, I have no idea, unfortunately. They may or may not be able to win. But yeah, Mickey stands no chance, and the most powerful version of second most powerful version of Mickey is known as Infinity Mickey, which comes from a video game series that's very similar to Skylanders, except for it included Disney characters. Yeah, he stands no chance. He's done. And for more information about this versus debate, I will be using sources from versus debate, some videos for the series that I'm about to talk about for the most powerful Mickey, and what I know about Nightmare Moon. Now, some people might be like, hey, you're using a wiki, you shouldn't do that. I kind of have to do that in this case because, one, not too familiar with Kingdom Hearts. And now you probably know which version I'm talking about. The most powerful version of Mickey is King Mickey. King of Hearts Mickey. He has a whole bunch of other names besides that. But he is really, really, really powerful. That series was made by Square Enix, or at least people that make Final Fantasy games. May have been before Square Enix was Square Enix. I don't know. But he's really powerful. He is really, really, really powerful. But I also looked at other fandom stuff and videos of this version of Mickey. So I'm going to have to go with that. I pretty much think they are correct with MLP characters on the Versus Debate Wiki, with a few things that I will bring up. Or I have brought up. Because I think, believe it or not, some of the characters, I think they actually make them a little bit less powerful than they really are. But for the most part, I'll just have it on the screen. You can take a look while I talk. Okay, so let's get to the meat of it. Skip past it, because he has a lot of spells, and he is very fast and nimble. He's a very dangerous opponent. The biggest takeaway here is he is nearly unstoppable against enemies that use pure darkness, nightmares, evil energy, and he has almost absolute control over light. In his profile and stuff, it says absolute control, but I didn't see him ever literally stop light so that you can't see, effectively giving himself a cloak. So I can't say he has absolute control over light. So what would happen with Nightmare Moon? Before I get to that, I would like to say that he would have a more difficult fight with Princess Luna, as crazy as that sounds. Nightmare Moon will have trouble because he's had a lot of experience fighting nightmare-like creatures and dark entities. One of his most absolute powerful spells, besides incredibly powerful light magics and magic lasers, is a spell called Ultima. It's similar to the Ultima that's in Final Fantasy. It's a collection of all the powers together into an incredibly powerful, explosive, magical maelstrom. Incredibly powerful. Now, I actually do think Nightmare Moon can win. She can win. The odds are more in her favor. There's going to be some fights, though, where she might not win, though. But the odds are in her favor. Because, one, the nightmares that she can control or make are actual real. The nightmare-like creatures that Mickey fought, they didn't have the control over reality that Nightmare Moon or Princess Luna would have with dream magic or nightmare magic. And there's still debate over what exactly the difference would be between dream magic and nightmare magic. Thinking about it, and this is a fan theory, thinking about it, I think with nightmare magic, it's much more easier to manifest whatever you're willing in existence with the quote-unquote dream/nightmare magic. So if need be, she could literally dream up whatever she needed to fight in that fight. What Mickey has going in his favor, besides his purity capabilities, which would be similar to the elements of harmony, absolute light control, and his experience fighting nightmare creatures, teleportation. He has powerful teleportation capabilities. He scorched whole realities, apparently. But again, that's limited to entities that are nightmares. There's debate over if he is actually destroying things that are not nightmarish, or if he can. But for sure, he's destroying nightmare-like things. But that being, and he has time travel apparently. But that being said, I'm not seeing anything in any of his stories where he used teleportation or time travel to, destroy his enemies before they existed. So I don't see him doing that as Nightmare Moon. I mean, against Nightmare Moon. Nightmare Moon has more mobility. And then Nightmare and Dream Magic are just on an incredibly higher level. I have a video about the Luniverse. You can see that as my reference. I'll have it down below because I do talk about the abilities of Dream Magic and Nightmare Magic. But, and it's kind of strange because you might be like, well, wait a minute. If she can do anything with Dream Magic or Nightmare Magic, how come she couldn't just time travel when she obviously can't because she had interest in it. I would have to say that it's probably because she never thought about dreaming it up. Quite literally. And it would probably be easier to do that, and it's because of the energy requirements. I absolutely think, it's not confirmed, but I think one of the things that stops her from just flat out doing the most crazy stuff with her dream magic is because it requires a permanent toll of energy loss from using it. That's why one of the things that makes Nightmare Magic potentially easier to use is because it's part of its energy source is the tears. I'm sorry, excuse me. It gets power from the terror it's causing. So instead of having to do what Luna does, where she's constantly building energy from just manipulating the moon, Nightmare Moon also gets power from manipulating the moon constantly. But the terror she causes is also a factor that would give it a major energy boost. So in a sense, yeah, she could dream up something to do the time traveling. But in a sense, it would be less of a hassle to actually have time travel magic. And, you might want to be like, but well, that's a lot of hypotheticals. How do you know she can even do powerful things with the dream magic then? Because in the retelling of Nightmare Rarity, which I have, like that video I mentioned, she recreated literally an entity that's exactly like Discord. And Discord is exactly like Keo. She also recreated a whole bunch of other characters and then purposely made them look like nightmare entities. Another reason I think Nightmare Moon would win is because of the heavy hitters that she has to deal with and that she scales up with. Nightmare Moon, or I should say Luna, has been shown with her dream magic that she can completely force entities like Discord, who is essentially Keo from Star Trek. She can force them to sleep. Also, unlike the other alicorns or other unicorn characters, dream magic is powering her magic laser. And we see in the Nightmare Knights comic book that Princess Eris is terrified of Luna when she gets her dream magic back. That is a big indicator of just how dangerous she is. Like I've said before, when it comes to powerful entities like alicorns versus chaos magic users, it's whoever draws first wins. Especially considering the styles of magic and types of magics they have at their disposal. It's pretty interesting. It's pretty cool, actually. And don't forget, there's various Nightmare Moons that have successfully destroyed not universes, have destroyed whole planets, and potentially have been used in part to destroy universes. It's possible if let's say a Nightmare Moon purposely made Tanabysses and just let them go, while dreaming up other horrifying things. It's clearly one reason why the Pony of Shadows loved using Luna / Nightmare Moon as a weapon, along with Daybreaker, to destroy and collapse planets and universes. So I think, considering what she's dealt with, that puts her on a higher league than King of Hearts Mickey. Also, recently we just had a campaign where Lowball, it was Trixie, with 3 of the main 6 powered by chaos magic, or Highball, it's all the main 6, the young main 6, and the Cutie Mark Crusaders, in an alternate version of Trixie, all of them powered by chaos magic. And they stopped her, Nightmare Moon, but she was able to escape. She either escaped or was dispelled but from my opinion, from the way it sounded, she escaped. Also take in mind, in the first appearance of Nightmare Moon, she was depowered. So is Luna, but they're both nowhere near as powerful as they would be if they were at their normal power levels, which is also kind of funny to say, because what is a normal power level when you can constantly build up your power? There isn't one. But you get my point. Nightmare Moon is an incredibly heavy hitter, and I think overall King Mickey has dealt with things that are powerful, but not all these things all at once. Nor does he have access to those kind of magics, like what you can do with Nightmare and Dream magic. Mickey! But we're not just here to talk about that. When this topic was brought up, the person that suggested it wanted it to be Twilight versus Mickey, which in this case is going to be King Mickey. How would Princess Twilight Sparkle deal with King Mickey? The fight would be very different. I think because of the repertoire of Princess Twilight Sparkle, I still also think her chances of success against King Mickey are good. A lot of the things that would be a weakness for Nightmare Moon are not even a factor in this fight, because a lot of the stuff he's using is like purifying stuff that gets rid of dark magics and stuff like that. Well, Twilight isn't using dark magic. She's not possessed. She might be angry. This fight could be happening for any reason. It could be as simple as the stranger is in her yard, which would be her universe, and she's like, "Get out of my universe, you stupid mouse." It's like, "Oh, I must purge the evil from you." And then he tries to purge her. He's like, "No, I'm not evil. I'm just angry that you're here." But anyway, I don't want to sound like I'm fanboying and I'm going to just make it be MLP characters, but I just went through the spells and I saw how Mickey fought, and you can see it in the cutscenes that I'm playing here. He fights pretty good enough, I should say, and Death Battles also did have him beat Yoda, which even when you watch that video, he shouldn't win against Yoda, but oh well. I just think with their capabilities, Twilight and Nightmare Moon, and definitely Princess Luna, they would be able to beat Mickey most of the time. And I have a bonus one for you now. I have 2 sets of different groups versus Mickey and his best set of friends, which is going to be 2 other people. And I'll have their names on the screen. Okay, so the first team, a rainbow-fied Princess Luna, rainbow-fied Princess Celestia, and a rainbow-fied Spike versus King Mickey and his best team. when you look at the capabilities of the Rainbow-fied magics, and we did see lore that more characters were having access to this sort of magic, and it does have really powerful offensive magic laser capabilities as well. It's not just capable of the stuff that we saw in the show. I feel that on a 3-on-3 battle, that team will win. Princess Luna is incredibly tactically minded, especially during the events of and after the events of Who Dreams of Magic Sheep. We see, and with her, the way that she fights, she is really, really good at fighting. I mean, we knew that she had to be good at fighting. She's taken on incredibly powerful large dragons and won single-handedly. But to actually see her maneuver and fight the way she does, she is a really, really good fighter. Now, the other team, though, it's going to be a little bit of a different story. And again, going back to it, I think the odds are definitely in the favor of a Rainbow-fied Luna, Rainbow-fied Celestia, and Rainbow-fied Spike. Celestia probably will still have more access to various different spells, excluding Luna using her Dream Magic, which would be boosting her Rainbow-fied magic. Her knowledge of spells would be incredibly handy. I think over the years she's lost her fighting skills. Spike is an incredibly brave and powerful purple dragon with teleportation green fire that is hotter than nuclear bombs, and that's not a joke. I think this team of Kingdom Hearts heroes are in trouble. Now, the other team, though, it will make it more interesting. A Rainbow-fied Twilight Sparkle, Rainbow-fied Rainbow Dash, and a Rainbow-fied Applejack. I chose them because I feel like if we used Rarity or Fluttershy, the odds would be steeply in the Kingdom Hearts team, and I won't lie about that. I think it would be. Out of the main 6, if we don't include Spike and we don't include Sunset Shimmer and Starlight Glimmer, I think the best fighters are Applejack, Rainbow Dash, and then Twilight because of her various knowledge of magic. How would this fight go? You have an incredibly fast, powerful military flyer, and then Applejack is shown to be really good with skill, and she's incredibly strong because she is an Earth Pony. And then you have, Twilight Sparkle. The fight can go variously different routes. It depends if they have coordinated their attacks, which is possible that they did, but there's always a chance they didn't. I know there's lots of crazy variables in this argument, but because they have had a lot of experience fighting with each other, I don't think they'll get in each other's way. The other team, though, are also, you can make the same argument for them. Despite these three on the MLP side being so skilled in combat, the most skilled out of the main six, I hate to say it, but I think Applejack would be the weakest link, and it's only because of her lack of experience in flight. With her rainbow powers, she can fly, and pretty fast, mind you, but she would be the weakest link. She would be the one that's in the most danger in this fight against the 3 opponents from the Kingdom Hearts universe. But I still think it's still the odds that this group of Rainbow-fied characters can win. It's just the odds are the lowest. Take this in mind, though. They still have anti-magic absorbing capabilities and other stuff like that. So it's still in their favor of winning. I'm sorry for anyone that likes Kingdom Hearts. This is kind of a curb stomp for them. They can win against MLP characters. It's just the ones that were suggested that they take on. It wouldn't be a good idea, but it would be a pretty epic fight. It would be. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know down below who you think would win. If you think everything I read and saw is wrong, and you think King Mickey would actually curb stomp every single MLP character, or if you agree with me that with just how dangerous Nightmare Moon is, the odds are in her favor. Anyway, peace with you all and have a great day.
Mickey! Nightmare Moon.
Most wonderful of nights.